All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the channel here. Uh, so, I thought I'd give you my movie review here. I just got back a few hours ago from seeing the Odyssey. Uh, and so, we'll just start in right at the first start here. Um, the biggest concern a lot of people had in the beginning that I was hearing was the casting, and I'd made a video about this too, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. For the most part, the casting was fine. The one person that did stick out like a sore thumb was Tom Harlan. Holland. He really just did not embody that character or that role. I didn't believe him in that. There's something about Tom Harlan that he seems too soft. He just seems too soft, especially to play roles like this. That casting of him could have been a lot better, I think. So, and as far as Elliot Page being in here, he was fine in it. To me, my opinion is there's still a feminine quality about Elliot Page. Um, and I don't know how you get rid of that, right? It's always probably going to be there. So to cast him in this role, um, where he's supposed to be standing side by side with all these warrior types, it just it doesn't fit. That casting probably could have been better, but Elliot Page was not horrible. If I had to choose who was better in this movie, who fit better into this movie, I'd probably say Elliot Page fit better than Tom Holland in this movie. John Berthal, he was okay, and I didn't think he fit real well either. I didn't. Anne Hathaway was okay. I didn't think she really fit well either as Penelope. And but I mean, this is what Hollywood does when it's quote unquote big blockbuster summer movies, right? They're like, we want to put a ton of big names in it, and we want lots of diversity in it. That's what they do with these movies. So they filled it with a bunch of big A-lister type actors um, that they didn't need to. They're just in it to be in it. I think I think overall the movie, the story, I think overall it would have been better serviced if it was played by people who weren't so well known. Um, but Matt Damon, he was good in it. So the casting is what it is. I think it could have been a lot better than what was done for sure, and I think it would have serviced the movie better if it had a little bit better casting. Not that the actors were bad; they're not bad actors by any means. I like all of them pretty much. They're good, but they just these roles were not for most of them. They didn't need to be in it. So, um, and as far as the overall look of the movie, it was okay. It wasn't anything that blew me away. Um, if they spent reportedly $250 million on this movie, that is insane. I have seen epic journey type movies like this that have been done for a fraction of the price, and they're a lot better than this. So that's a lot of money to spend. And the overall look is of the movie is okay. Nothing really stands out to me thinking like, wow, this is amazing. The story, Christopher Nolan made a couple of choices with doing the story that, to me personally, just seem odd. I'm not a movie director, so I'm not gonna say say how it should be, but to me, it's like um, this is a Greek mythology story, and I like movies that are centered around mythology to have that to have mythology be a lot of the focus of that movie. Um, and this one, I felt like Christopher Nolan wanted it to be a little more grounded in reality. So the monsters and the gods and the mythology like that, that's in there, but it's very subdued. It's kind of a quick little events that happen. Um, the focus is more on the groundedness of what's going on. So that I didn't really like that a whole lot, um, on that. And then when you do have a movie that's an epic journey style movie, it's nice to go from point A, all the way to point B, C, D, right? Like you're going along the way, and by the time you reach the end of the movie, you feel like you've been on a journey with these characters, right? You feel like you look back at things that happened at the beginning of a movie and you say like, wow, we've come a long way. This movie did not have that for me. I did not feel like I went on a long journey with Odysseus. This because what Christopher Nolan did was he did a lot of like jumps and cuts and moving around different scenes. That nothing was cohesive and flowing, so it didn't feel like a big epic journey. He kept jumping back and forth, and it just really took me out of that headspace of being on that journey. So. Um, And a lot of times nowadays with movies coming out of Hollywood, there's something about them, right? They lack soul. They lack some sort of heart. All they are is they're just big names and a spectacle and Hollywood spectacle. Um, that's all they are, it would seem. They lack that heart and that soul that movies used to have. Uh, and this one is no different, at least for me. It's a hollow shell. It really lacks something that makes me feel connected to it. Uh, you know, so that I noticed. Um, it's a little bit soulless and heartless. You know, when it comes to epic movies too, one thing my mind always jumps to when I think about epic movies is Gladiator. Uh, when that came out, I came out of the theater and I was like, wow, that movie was absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see it again. I can't believe what I just watched. That movie was fantastic. Um, when I walked out of the Odyssey, I did not think that at all. This movie is, to me, is very forgettable. Um, nothing in it stands out to me at all, really. So I'm not gonna say I wasn't entertained by it. It's a 3-hour movie. I wasn't sitting there the whole time thinking I should just walk out of here and go home. I was interest, interested enough, engaged enough to sit and watch the movie. The first like half hour, 45 minutes went a, went a bit slow. Um, but overall, the movie's serviceable, uh, and it's probably going to entertain most people that watch it. But ultimately, for me, it's forgettable of a movie. I don't think I'm ever going to watch it again or anything like that. So, uh, and then the last thing I was going to say too, when it came to the Odyssey, was if you want a really good Odyssey adventure and experience, um, the Odyssey TV series from the 90s is spectacular. I actually enjoy that a whole lot more than this. Even though right? I mean, that's a television series that has several episodes and hours, and this is a 3 hour movie. Um, I feel with a 3 hour movie, you could have serviced this story in a lot better way than was done to it. The television series is fantastic over this movie. So, but that's kind of my review. You know, overall, it's a movie. It's another kind of, to me, it's another kind of soulless Hollywood movie that they spent way too much money on. I mean, $250 million for this thing is insane. I have no idea what they spent that money on. But the movie is okay. If you want to see it, it's probably worth seeing once, but it's kind of forgettable. Um, we're gonna see if this turns out to be a humongous box office bomb for the movie studio. So it is a Christopher Nolan film, so it has a good chance of actually making a fair amount of money back. So, but we'll see. So that was kind of my review. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.